a simple trick and a simple exercise to get you through some of those moments. And then we will end the evening with a sound bath to completely get rid of all of the negative that you may have experienced today. I made my entrance into the world, not knowing if I would survive or not. After being in the hospital for a while, and finding out that I was allergic to just about every formula on the market, they finally brought me home. My mom put me down for a nap. My sister snuck into the room when she was not supposed to, and noticed I was blue. Formula had got me in the room, and I was struck with it. Survived that. I grew up in a very strict religious home with a narcissistic, emotionally unavailable, and a severely depressive father. I'm not saying my childhood was bad, because it was not. I had great moments in my childhood. But that formed the way I believed my image was. And it formed the way I dealt with things, which was, I hid it. I pushed it down, and I pushed it down, put on a smile, and said, everything's okay. Then you fast forward to my senior year of high school, 1994. And it was a great year, but I noticed my parents' marriage outwardly changed. I noticed really how emotionally and verbally abusive my dad was. Not only to my mom, but to all of the females in the family. That summer, my sister and her husband were living in Dallas and said, why don't you come and live with us? So I did. Spent a great summer taking care of my nephew, got really close to my sister again. I came home to a for sale sign in the front yard. That's how I learned from my parents were divorced. Because my dad would not let my mom tell me what was going on. Another moment I couldn't remember. I met my boy's father. We started dating. We dated for 9 years. And things were okay-ish. But he was an alcoholic. And I never knew if it was going to be 1 or 8 drinks that pushed him over the edge. And he'd get very angry. And so I tried to break away. But because of my own guilt, my shame, that I never dealt with and didn't know how to deal with, I stayed. And I had my 2 beautiful sons. And I would not change that for anything in the world. In the course of our marriage, we ended up moving to El Paso, Texas. And as we were in El Paso, I had a 3-year-old and a 9-month-old. And their father's drinking became even worse. So much to the point that he really started to get physical. And one night he got physical with me and started in on my chin. I've had enough. I packed what I could in my vehicle with my 2 boys. And I left. And I came here. In 2009, I arrived January 28th, 2009. I arrived here. I came here because my mom and my stepdad, who had become a father to me, were living here. And they said, come be here, we'll help you get started again. 3 months later, I answered an ad for a part-time job. And I interviewed with Sarah Craig. And I got the job, and the day before I was supposed to start, she called and she said, hey, by the way, that part-time job, do you think that could be a full-time job? And so for 9 years, I worked with Sarah Craig and I met Joe Bishop then. In that time, I learned through them, because they're social workers, that I was stuffing my emotions. And I wasn't dealing with them. And so they gave me a few tricks and a few ideas, and it worked for a while. And then I married a college sweetheart. We dated for a year and a half. We got married 6 months into our marriage. He had an affair. Another one of I could have. But once again, I stuffed the feelings, I stuffed the shame, I stuffed the guilt, and I held on to it. All of these things have vibration. Vibration and frequency heal the body on a molecular level. And so, if one of your emotions that you colored was maybe judgment, and you colored it blue. Blue signifies the blocked self-expression, feeling like you have no voice, that no one listens to you. It can symbolize broken promises to yourself and others, and provides opportunities to be more accountable with your words and language. Did anybody have blue? Okay. Does that fit what you were feeling? And so now what we're going to do is, now that you have colored out those negative emotions, and you've seen what the negative of the color means, we're going to do a clearing. And so I have it written here for you, about the center of the page here. And we're all going to say this out loud, because what did I say? Vibration and frequency heal on a molecular level. And so when you say it, your voice vibrates it, and it starts the healing process in your life.
Fear, frustration, overwhelm, confusion, suppressed anger, negative self-image, envy, jealousy, resentment, control, needing for approval, judgment, guilt, shame, sadness, despair, and feeling out of control. I cast them all to the sun, to be repolarized into positive energy, and I replace them with personal power, confidence, trust, self-acceptance, love, and peace. I choose to take responsibility for my thoughts, energy, physical health, and life.
I went and found an absolute passion, because nothing made my body feel better, not even massage. Nothing made my body feel better than sounds created through natural objects. And so I completed my training with her on that. And then in June, on my birthday this year, I graduated my level 2 Occupant Reiki. We will continue on in January for 3, then there's 4 and 5. But my focus turned into sound. And what really caught me the first time was sound is an ancient healing art. It's been around for thousands of years. It started with chanting. So if you know the Gregorian chants, they started it because they realized that using your voice in those different tones and frequencies heal the body. Then you add water to it, amplify it, and the monks were realizing that they were getting benefits to their skin, to their digestion, to their hair, their joints, and their nervous systems. So then they decided to start to create natural instruments to replicate those vibrations. They use the word bath because the resonant sound bathes your body in tone. The second question I get is, what if I snore? Great, that's the best compliment I can get. Because that means your body is relaxed and your nervous system is doing what it needs to do to heal your body. The third question I always get, is it against my religion? I am a firm believer. It is absolutely personal choice. I do nothing spiritual in my sound because I don't want to step on anybody's personal beliefs. But what I can tell you is that God said, make a joyful noise unto his. And so, how do we? I'm going to nourish you before you leave. And I'm going to let you reset your system. Over your shoulders, down your arms into your fingertips. Push the light up to your neck, your throat, into your face, up to the top of your head. As that light expands from your brain all the way down your heart, push it into your abdomen and your hips, down your legs, into your ankles and your feet. Knowing that nothing else matters but right here, right now. You are safe, you are secure,